Hi, so I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about why we decided to downsize. I originally did a couple blog posts on this, and I will link to that below. But I wanted to tell you, for anybody who hasn't heard or who doesn't want to read my story or take the time and read it, but maybe wants to hear. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. We moved into our big house because I wanted space for my photography studio. And there was room right off of the front door that was perfect for a studio. It was awesome. And I know everybody's got different size houses, but let me just space, which is fine, but you kind of want to fill it to make it feel homey and cozy. It kind of felt like every room felt kind of cold and empty because there was so much space to fill up. And so I would think about like what I could do to fill up those rooms, and then I thought, oh my gosh, like, do you know how expensive it's gonna be to fill all of these rooms and make them feel cozy and welcoming? It's gonna cost a lot of money, and we had already jumped our payment up big time, and that was stressful. It was great in the sense, like, because I had the studio space, I was able to easily bring in that income. We had tons of extra income, but we were also bad with our income. We did not put it anywhere important. Any money I made was basically fair game, because my husband works full-time. So anything I made from doing photography, I was like, oh, I have like $500 that I just got from this weekend. Do you want to go? Like, I don't even know what we did with it. Where did it go? I have no idea. We wasted so much money. Or if I would do a wedding, sometimes I would have good intentions. If I did a wedding, I would, take like $1,000, $2,000 and put them toward my student loans. But I didn't plan on it. There was no planned payment to pay off my student loans. There was no laid out budget. There was no set aside fund money. It was kind of just like however we felt like doing it. So we wound up having no money a lot of times because we would just blow through it, and we didn't plan. We weren't strategic about it. And we didn't have a savings either. You can judge me because it was ridiculous. But also on top of that, I kind of felt our family growing apart. So not only were our finances just ridiculous, and the house size just felt like way too much. Our oldest daughter would go down into her room the second she got home from school, and she would stay down there. And sometimes I'd call her up for dinner. She wouldn't even come up. And I just got so tired of it, and I thought, well, she's just a teenager, she's about 13. I guess she's just at that stage. So anyway, we decided to move, and we decided to like make a plan for our finances, because we realized from our previous house to our big house that we had moved into, there was a $700 difference in just the house payment alone. And we were fine. We were fine with our payments. We just weren't good with our money. We were able to make our payments just fine, pay all of our bills. That was fine. So I thought, wow, we were fine ditching $700 every month. What would have happened in the old little house if we would have hung on to that $700? Oh my gosh, life would be so much easier, would have been a breeze. So when we moved into this house, we got right with our finances. We're like, okay, let's make a plan for our money. We're gonna tell it where to go. I'm actually going to my first Dave Ramsey course tonight. I've read some books and done some of his different strategies, which I will also share down here. So you guys can kind of see some of the strategies that he's done, and I'm hoping to take whatever I learned through this course and put it into the blog so you guys get some better ideas how to get right with your finances. So we downsized, got right with our money, and everything felt so much cozier. We were able to have a big sale and get rid of so much stuff that we just didn't need. And now in our house, it was super easy to decorate. We didn't have to buy anything. We did some painting when we first moved in, but otherwise we had everything we needed. And I've kind of decorated it more with things that actually mean something to me. My house isn't just filled with stuff for the sake of filling it. Like, oh my gosh, I just spent all this money at the furniture store, or I just went to Home Goods, which I love Home Goods. I'm not trashing it, I'm just saying. A lot of it is stuff that's sentimental value, like my lamp. Boop, that's my grandma's lamp. Got my aunt's guitar over in the corner. Some of the stuff is decorational stuff, but a lot of it has some meaning and some purpose. Or even the table that my lamp is on was $5. I painted it and threw it in here, and it's just all around changed my mindset on how to handle myself and handle my finances. If I need something, I wait for it, or I try and get it for less money than it normally would cost if I would have just gone and bought it brand new, which is what I would have used to do. Am I making sense anymore? Anyway, finances, house is good. And our oldest daughter, she doesn't have anything. She's down in the basement again. Sorry, my kids are coming in. She's down in the basement again, so she's got her bedroom down there, but no bathroom. And she doesn't have a bedroom down there even. We've put curtains up to create like a bedroom for her since the basement is totally unfinished. So she has no bathroom, no like a real bedroom. So to use the bathroom, she's had to come upstairs. She's had to come upstairs and share with her brother and sister, which was just the worst. She was not excited to move into this house at all. It's fine, I get it. But too bad, like it works for her dad and I. You know, we knew it was the right move for our whole family, so. We don't let the teenagers make the decisions. Silly enough, silly as it sounds. But I noticed when she'd get home from school, it was like, it was easier to see her. I would find her, because I'd be in the kitchen. There was no way for her to work her way around me. So if she looked stressed or she looked down and out, I would kind of pull her out and say, what's going on? Tell me about your day. Let's talk through this and figure things out. And she's forced to come upstairs more and get out of her little cave that she had kind of put herself into. Yeah?
Can you just sit down because my hands are too cold?
Oh, why don't you go climb under a blankie, warm up your little body?
Okay, I just start doing it.
Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. But our oldest daughter, like I said, the smaller house, kind of forced us all to be closer. But in doing that, we were able to see just how much our oldest daughter was really struggling with anxiety and depression. We've been able to get her help that she needed. And the real crappy / good thing is that life got harder for her since we've been here. Life outside of our house got harder. And I always wonder, which is why I even wrote the post in the first place for my blog that I did. I wonder if we had stayed in the big house and all the problems went wrong, which they would have done anyway, because that's how the world works. Would we have noticed? Would we have picked up on it? Would she be worse off? How much more would she be struggling? You know, and it makes me feel like a terrible mom that I didn't pick up on it, that I didn't notice. I just brushed it off as like a teenager, and I thought she needs her space. She's just, you know, she has her own room and her own bathroom down there. Like, well, that's fine, you know, whatever. Makes me feel terrible now that I see how much I was really missing. I mean, we caught on to some stuff, but it wasn't all there. So honestly, I don't think the same thing's right for everybody. I think some people can have those big homes and still keep a close family and keep good finances. It just didn't work for us. We struggled so much for so long. It was so ridiculous. Now that we're in a smaller house, I feel like it's easier to know what our priorities are and what they aren't. It's easier to just get rid of any excess that we have that we just don't need, whether it's like mentally, spiritually, or stuff physically wise. We're closer. We get to spend way more time doing stuff together instead of cleaning that house. Did I forget to mention? I can't even tell you how long it took to clean that house. It was ridiculous. We spent most of our weekends working on the yard or putting things together or updating the house and then cleaning. Plus I had 2 little ones. I mean, 2 little ones can trash anything. But if you give them more house, they'll trash the whole house. And you can judge me all you want to. Like, well, you should have kept them in a place. They had their playroom, they had their rooms, and somehow it all made its way around the whole house. Somehow. It was horrifying. Anyway, I hope you guys took something from that, and I would love to hear from anybody who has downsized or is doing the RV life or living in a tiny house. That's kind of like my dream. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be way more stuff like this. I'm going to try and keep finance posts coming, minimalist posts coming. stuff about our family, maybe doing some vlogs. I don't know. This whole thing's kind of new to me. So I would love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions too, share your stories, but also if you have questions for me, that would make it way easier for me to know what in the world to do next.